Do you struggle with late night eating? Is it getting out of hand? Do you want to stop it? Maybe you are just snacking here and there. Maybe it's not really overeating. It doesn't feel like it. But this habit still interferes with your goals that you have in weight or with your blood sugar levels. So in this video, I want us to take a look at the physical reasons and the emotional reasons for overeating. It's not enough just to use willpower, and you know that. It's so much better to discover the underlying cause. So in this video, I want to give you some ideas of what this might be. I'm Joanna Zajusz. I'm a certified coach, clinical hypnotherapist, and I also have a background in holistic nutrition. So maybe recently you saw that I recorded a video on this topic, but I forgot about one of the most important things that I wanted to add to it that will help you succeed with this issue. And it's not like I have a recipe to make you immune to late night eating, but at least these ideas will help you to create more control around your environment and your emotional needs. All right, so what are the reasons for late night eating? Physical reasons, emotional reasons. And when it comes to physical reasons, it could be physical hunger, addictive foods, nutritional deficiencies. Number one, physical hunger. Well, if you are really hungry, you eat. It's not a problem, right? Then late night eating is not a problem. But can you tell apart physical hunger from emotional hunger? Do you really take time to tune in to your body? I made a video about different types of hunger, and I'm going to link it below. Second, addictive foods. If we get ourselves addicted to some foods, we will have them on our mind all the time. Example of addictive foods are anything with sugar, flours, grains, and also seed oils that could be an ingredient of some processed foods. How do you get rid of it? You eat real food. That means unprocessed or minimally processed, because of course cooking is also processing food, minimally processed food, and nutrient-dense food. When it comes to the addictions, you never know how addicted you are to something until you remove it. So if you have any doubts or you question if you are really addicted to something that you buy, the processed food, then try not having it for a day, 3 days, a week, and we will see what happens. What is that emotional response in you and what is the physical response? Number three, nutritional deficiencies. If you ate all day long and at night you still feel like you need to eat something, it might be nutritional deficiency. Educate yourself on what kind of food is nutrient-dense food. So it goes together with point number two, addictive foods, because whatever is that addictive food filled with sugars, flour, or seed oils, you can be sure that this type of food is poor in the nutrients that your body needs. If you take care of your nutrient-dense foods throughout the day, in every meal you have vegetables and clean protein and enough of it, that alone should take care of late night eating. Let's move on to the emotional reasons. Number one, avoiding feelings. Number two, brain errors. Number three, unprocessed emotions. It's so common for a lot of people to be unfulfilled. I think every single one of us experienced this in their life, not once, not twice. You can imagine that in this situation, some people eat, some people overdrink, some people spend more money. So that emotional and spiritual emptiness cannot be fulfilled through eating or drinking, because the food or the alcohol does not have the power to fulfill that need. A good place to start discovering what you need emotionally is to start journaling or just paying attention to life. When do you feel drained? And when do you feel more alive? Food has no ability to fulfill your soul's needs. You can only do it in other ways. Actually, I would have to stop here. Sometimes the food is so good that it feels like this is what your soul craved and this is what fills you up emotionally. This food opens your heart, right? And still, even if we were to eat this sort of food every day, the human nature is that this is not enough. We still need to create more fulfillment in life in other ways through our. Number two, what are the brain errors? Brain errors are simply thoughts that we keep thinking and we believe they are true, but they are simply lies. Lies we are telling ourselves. We are telling ourselves stories and then we believe the stories. These are the stories of regrets or grudges. What you have been telling yourself is not serving you. Yes, everybody could agree with you. It's not serving you to keep living in that limiting story, in that brain error. There is another way of interpreting your reality. And there are so many people that can help you with this. So you may be wondering, why are we talking about stories in our mind and thoughts in our mind if we were supposed to talk about food, right? It's all connected. If you are thinking thoughts that make you feel bad, the chemicals in your brain, in your body will go down, like dopamine, and you will intuitively want to reach for certain foods or drinks that will increase that dopamine. Or if you feel lonely, for example, because you have a story that you are alone and how nobody loves you, you will want to make yourself feel better and not feel that emotion. Simply push that emotion away, and then that drink or that food or shopping will help you increase that dopamine in your brain even a little bit, even for a moment. And this way you will start to believe that this is the solution. But one of the things that I discovered through this weight loss coaching, emotional eating coaching, is that the feeling you try to avoid is exactly the feeling you have to go through. And nobody teaches us how to process emotions. So this is about number 3, unprocessed emotions. The unprocessed emotions accumulate in the body and they create this sort of heaviness. Intuitively, you probably recognize that there is an area in your life or in your mind that you sometimes become aware of, but you don't really want to go there because it will take so much energy for you to process it. So I, for example, help people to process their emotions. You may look for a person that will help you do the somatic work. Many people don't realize that they are in charge of what they feel. That's the ultimate control, what you think and what you feel. And when you are able to direct your feelings, you no longer have to use food or drinks to make yourself feel better because you can do it with the power of your mind. So what's going on at night for you? You already had your dinner and then it comes 7 p.m., 9 p.m., and you start looking for your favorite food. You are looking forward to it. It seems like this is a moment just for you. So what is it? Are you really hungry physically? What is going on in your heart? What do you feel? Do you feel emptiness? And the only way you know how to handle that is through food. Inquiring within what it is will help you figure out what are your emotional needs. When next time you have the need to overeat at night or eat something from that package, ask yourself this question: what do I really need? What do I want to feel? What can I do other than eating that will help me feel what I want to feel? You see, you want some sort of pleasure at night, and maybe you just need comfort. And There are false pleasures that lead us to more negative consequences, and there are well-being pleasures that lead us to long-term positive consequences. So separate that for yourself. Is food the only pleasure you can have at night? Or can you do something that will have long-term positive consequences when you engage with it day after day, night after night? Could it be that you need to spend more time in nature? This is actually healing. Could it be that you just want warm cup of tea and to read a book? Maybe you need a little bit of solitude and you can somehow figure out how you can have it. Light exercise, Epsom salt bath, a conversation with a friend, Tai Chi, light yoga, restorative yoga, anything that you are drawn to, that maybe you are telling yourself you don't have time to do this. But just to reiterate, I wanted to point those 3 things that anyone will benefit from. 1, eat nutrient-dense foods throughout the day. Number 2, become aware of what you are feeling. Journal, tune into your body and check in with yourself. What do you feel? And then process those emotions. And number 3, maybe the biggest one, love yourself anyway. Even though you overeat at night, you can still love and accept yourself. Even though you feel horrible physically after eating so much food, allow yourself to love and accept yourself anyway. If this video was helpful, please like it, consider subscribing, and share it with somebody who may be struggling with it. And I will see you in the next one.